What up everyone, it's your boy Xmanny87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is the Marvel Legends Avengers Wave, the Controller Build-A-Figure Series, US Agent Action Figure Review. Before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, it's time for me to give you another 1-2 punch episode of the Uncanny X-Man-y story time, and then we'll take a look at the figure. Let's go! Jonathan F. Walker first appeared in Captain America issue number 323 in 1986 as Super Patriot. His first appearance as US Agent was a cameo in West Coast Avengers issue number 44, then fully in Captain America Volume 1 issue 354 in 1989, and was created by Mark Gruenwald and Paul Neary. His origin goes back to idolizing his brother who died in the Vietnam War. When John turned of age, he enlisted in the army, hoping to prove himself as a hero like his brother. While in the army, Walker befriended Lamar Hoskins, Hector Lennox, and Jerome Johnson. Not long after, they were recruited by the Power Broker, who offered them enhanced strength and power to enlist in his wrestling promotion, the UCWF, Unlimited Class Wrestling Federation. Walker was dissatisfied being a pro wrestler. He instead fleshed out his idea of being a hero in the shape of Super Patriot. He would then come into conflict with Captain America, and the two clashed. In Captain America No More, Steve Rogers ultimately decided to relinquish his role as Captain America rather than go to work for the Commission of Superhuman Affairs. The Commission representative Valerie Cooper, who often acts as a liaison between government and mutant teams such as the X-Men and X-Factor, appointed Walker to take over the mantle as Captain America. Walker agreed under one condition, and that was to select his friend Lamar as his new Bucky. As Captain America, he began to display far more altruistic and hero-like tendencies, but he was still misguided and showed little restraint against enemies. His breaking point came when a group of terrorists that he put away in the past murdered his parents. Walker left them in comas, but as a result, he had a dramatic personality shift and began down a dark path of brutality and little compassion. Walker ended up losing the original Captain America shield in a battle with Flag Smasher, for which the Commission fired him for good. The Red Skull orchestrated a fight between an enraged John Walker versus Steve Rogers in the hopes that Walker would kill him. This plan failed as the two would unite to take on Red Skull, but he managed to escape. After this team up, the two Caps would sort things out with the Commission. The Commission of Superhuman Affairs pulled a scheme to fake Walker's death, to then alter his appearance and mind, then reveal him as their new superpowered operative, US Agent. His first objective was to defeat Ironmonger, in which he successfully completed the mission. He joined the Avengers and West Coast Avengers shortly after, which infuriated Hawkeye, who quit in protest, and other members like Iron Man, who were quick to write Walker off for his origins, his blind devotion to the government, and for his appearance as a Captain America wannabe. Despite the bulk of his peers' negative feelings towards him, fellow Avengers have come to express some degree of faith in Walker. Captain America has come to see Walker as a friend and worthy ally. Hank Pym, the Wasp, and Wonder Man also respect him for his bravery and leadership skills, and he formed a big brother relationship with the Scarlet Witch and Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman, despite almost murdering her at one point. He did vow to never kill again. Walker has remained a hero, although with complications, since joining the Avengers, and has returned to the team multiple times after his initial tenure. When the Avengers teamed up with the X-Men to battle against Exodus, who sought to kill Quicksilver and Crystal's daughter Luna for not being a mutant, he was infuriated again by feeling undervalued by his fellow Avengers he assumed were his friends. He decided to quit being a superhero altogether, as he no longer believes in anything, and threw his shield along with his costume into the Hudson River. Later, he was convinced by Scarlet Witch to join their new West Coast team called Forceworks, and would return with a new Stark Tech designed costume and plasma shield. That's not the only team he would join. He's been on plenty of other teams, including the Thunderbolts. Throughout his career, US Agent has battled them all, both heroes and villains. From his Avengers teammates, even some X-Men, as he didn't like Gambit for one and almost beat Beast and Wolverine half to death. Also battling notable Marvel villains such as Red Skull, Madam Hydra, Ronan the Accuser, along with the Kree, AIM, Morgan Le Fay, Kang, Graviton, to name a few. He didn't fare well against Thanos. After obtaining the Infinity Gauntlet, US Agent was vanished from existence after the snap, but returned to life once Thanos was defeated. The latest story he's involved in is the American Zealot arc, which is a 5-chapter series where he's been stripped of his US agent status and is now operating as an independent government contractor protecting government covert interests. For powers and abilities, John Walker possesses frequently understated superhuman strength vastly greater than his predecessor Steve Rogers. He also possesses superhuman endurance as well as Olympic-class gymnastic skills. Walker is an excellent fighter, learning Captain America's fighting style from the Taskmaster. He is a combat veteran with military combat experience in tactical and strategic planning and observations, special operations, and is highly proficient in the use of conventional firearms. He uses his shield defensively and as a weapon, throwing it with great accuracy due to his superhuman strength. His exact strength level wavers, but has been compared to that of Spider-Man's, although it should be noted Walker has actually bested Spider-Man twice in a fight. In other media, US Agent appears in the Disney Plus TV series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, portrayed by legendary actor Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell. He's also appeared in a few Capcom Marvel-based video games in the past, and was featured as an alternate skin to Captain America in one of my favorite video games ever, Marvel Ultimate Alliance by Activision. For merchandise, US Agent has appeared in various toy lines going back to the 90s vintage Toy Biz Superheroes line, and recently a few Marvel Legends before. The former leader of the Avengers, US Agent, has appeared in an estimated total of 940 issues. Taking a look at the head sculpt for US Agent, gotta say, I really like it. He looks rugged. It looks good, you know, with the digital print, so I do like the way that he looks very, very mean. Just looks serious, man. Dude looks tough. Unfortunately, I don't have the paint filling in right there at the edge of the mask, but I do like the expression, especially on the cowl, too. It's very defined. I do appreciate that a lot. For a hot minute, I really thought that this head was a straight reuse from the Captain America that came with the Capwolf head. So it's not, and I'm happy to see that it's not a reuse. As you can see, the A is sculpted on, and it's a different expression. Looks like it's the same expression, but it's totally different. As you can see, the ears are sculpted onto the mask right here, whereas this one, it's a separate piece. So it's definitely the same winged ears as the 80 years one. So I'm glad that's not a reuse. There's his ears painted in the flesh tone, which is painted cleanly. I'm happy about that. Here's the rest of the body for US Agent. He's obviously on that Grim Reaper body mold. That's been used for many Captain Americas going forward, and it only makes sense for them to use it for US Agent. But the last time we saw US Agent, he was on the Bucky Cap mold. I don't have that figure as that broke on me, so I'm very happy to get a new US Agent, an updated one, and a lot bigger because the Bucky Cap mold was just too small for him. So let's just bring out Bucky Cap here, and as you can see, yeah, that's not gonna align with the new Captain Americas. Because if I bring out another Captain America from that Civil War wave, as you can see, same body type, this works. And even bringing out the Marvel Legends 20th Anniversary Captain America, you know, it just works. Now, I know my subscribers always love me for being positive and never overly negative. Well, you know, I never try to go towards the negative side of things. I like to keep the fine line, you know, in the middle, as I've always said. I gotta be real, man. I'm not holding back. But the fact that they're still giving us shit from 2016, it's not cool. You know what I mean? Like, knowing that they're going to make Captain Americas repeatedly, they could have introduced a body mold for Captain America that has butterfly joints. You know what I mean? When I look at the 20th anniversary line, I thought that was, I don't know. I don't want to say the word disgrace, but it definitely didn't justify it being 20 years because it was just straight up reuse. I mean, Toad was like the only one that was a brand new sculpt. Like, that's where we should have got pinless arms and legs for Caps going forward and maybe butterfly joints here. Because, again, these guys throw shields. They need that butterfly joint. Like, it's 2022. We got to move forward. Where are the millions that they made from the Sentinel? Where are the millions that they made from Galactus? Of all that HasLab money. Like, put it into the products. I want to see more new bodies introduced. So, Hasbro, get on it, man. I will say that this paint app came out very clean. I do like that the US Agent flag with the red and the white and the black star all came out very clean. I'm very happy with that. And we got the belt strap right there, same as the 20th anniversary cap. And on the back, we get the white star painted. There's a hole in the back because that's where the shield will go, and more clean paint apps right there. So I'm very happy with how the paint apps came out for the most part. You got the gloves in red right there, pants in black, and you have the Buccaneer-like boots in red, and the serial number at the bottom of the foot right there. Now for accessories, he comes with his classic shield that has that nice bluish gray outlining on the outside, red, white, and the plain black circle in the middle. Of course, you guys know I hate this shield style so much because the flip to clip system is the absolute worst. They're still on this stuff. Don't know why they don't just use the straps. You know what would be really cool to see? If they can make an interchangeable center plate for the shield. So if you wanted a star logo for US Agent, for example, you can change that out with a star, or one of the logos where it just said US on it, you can do that as well. You know, I think that would be really, really cool to see. They could get really fancy with it too, like for Captain America deflecting a unibeam from Iron Man. Oh man, this is why I need to work in the creative team. I just got way too many ideas. And of course, you got the peg right there. You could plug it on the back, so you can equip him with this shield, which always looks good for vanilla posing. Next, he comes with 2 closed fists. Then he comes with a gripping hand for his right hand, which is going to be helpful because you know these things break, and so you can always plug that into the hand right there so he can hold it. See, they're even aware of the breakages to include that hand in there. Then he comes with an open splayed out left hand, which is good for a throwing shield kind of gesture. So you can use the 80 years Captain America shield throwing hand. The only thing is the red tone is a little off, but you can still make it work. No one's really going to tell in photos. I do wish he came with a John Walker alternate head, and they should have gave him the folded down cowl like they did with the 20th anniversary Captain America, because all they had to do was just paint the blue, just paint it black. So I believe this is the Steve Rogers head that came from the Return of Marvel Legends line. So I think that works for John Walker. And if you want to see how the 20th anniversary Steve Rogers head looks on this US Agent body, well damn, it looks really good. And why does it look like the Wyatt Russell US Agent head in a way? It kind of looked the same, right? Same hairstyle and all. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So you could use some previous Captain America hands, like this salute hand and the pointing finger. I love US Agent, let me just say this, because he's basically a flawed Captain America that doesn't hold back at all. And Captain America is like my favorite Avenger, so it's cool that we are getting another updated US Agent, but every US Agent figure is usually the same, you know, him in this attire. I would really, really love different costumes for US Agent. One that comes to mind is the 2001 miniseries that he was in, where, my god, he looked like Judge Dredd. That would be an awesome figure to have. That was such a kick-ass look. Yeah, he looked like a Judge Dredd wannabe, but I don't care. Figure form, that would look freaking awesome. Now to cover articulation with US Agent, his head moves that far up and that far down. You got left-right movement, and it does tilt nicely. His arms move about that far up, so you get a straight T-pose. It moves down, you can rotate it around, you got the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist swivel, and a wrist hinge. Ab crunch moves that far forward and that far back. Good thing is that the white paint goes all the way through. You got a waist swivel, legs move that far apart, it kicks up that high, kicks that far back. You got legs that rock around, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and no heel to America's second ass. And you got the boot swivel. Ankles move all the way up, down, and they rock all around. Now for some comparisons, as shown before, here is US Agent next to the Onslaught Wave Captain America and the Marvel Legends 20th Anniversary Captain America. Here is US Agent next to his MCU counterpart. We have the Disney Plus Falcon and the Winter Soldier, John Walker US Agent, and John Walker Captain America. I always found it interesting that his MCU costume didn't have the white stripes because white represents purity, and John Walker was definitely not pure of heart like Steve Rogers. Here is US Agent next to Red Skull. Here he is next to the Ironmonger Bath. Here is US Agent next to some, but not all, of his West Coast Avengers teammates. Finally, here he is next to his fellow wave mate, Quake. Quake / Maria Hill review is up next. And now for my on the shelf segment, here is US Agent on my Avengers display, and there goes US Agent into my collection. Alright, and now to wrap things up, my final rating is a 7.5 out of 10. I wanted to give it an 8, but it belongs in the 7s where it's average. So that's what you're getting, an average figure and nothing above that. I felt like this figure should have came out back in 2016 when they did that cap figure on this body. So don't expect any pinless goods or butterfly joints. No improvements to the shield, but thankfully it came with some alternate hands for additional play. A John Walker head would have taken this up a notch because hands and heads, it will always make a figure better. I will say that this has some good things going for it, as I'm a really big fan of this head sculpt the more and more I look at it. Really captures John Walker for me. Then the clean paint apps is a strong showing for me here as well. The real fun for me came with the versatility of kit bashing. Using some of the previous cap accessories on him really made it so much more enjoyable. Putting that Steve Rogers 20th anniversary head on this figure that I showed earlier was a delight, because essentially you can get two characters out of him that way. From when Steve Rogers wore this costume and was named just the captain at that time. It's things like that that give me the comic geek tingle. A US Agent update was needed, being 10 years since the last. I wasn't gonna spend the expensive aftermarket prices on the previous Marvel Legends one. I figured I'd wait for a Hasbro update because, you know, they've been very reliable for that now in beating the scalpers on the aftermarket territories. So I'm overall content with adding this one onto my Avengers display. Now I kick it back to you. What do you think of this US Agent figure? What do you think they could have done differently, and is there any other version of US Agent that you'd like to see made in Legends? Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. That was my review. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xmanny87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. Enjoy the pics at the end of the video. See you on the next review. Peace, peace.